Welcome along to Tech Insights, Trent.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming along today. It's great to have a new face on an episode, that's for sure.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so you've been at Mercury for quite a number of years. How long have you been?
Probably just this month finished my seven years here. So it's been here a while, but thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, goodness, you must have been a young'un when you started then.
Oh yes, back in the day, yes. Not quite as young now.
No, time slips away fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what did you originally start in cybersecurity at Mercury IT, or did you come in a different avenue and then sort of head into the cybersecurity area?
Yeah, so I've always had cybersecurity in the back of my mind as sort of a bit of a potential path. But I started here with Mercury actually on the help desk, gaining a bit of foundational knowledge and some experience, which is really helpful. And then sort of pivoted into our cybersecurity team, which has sort of grown a little bit since then even. So it's obviously know the company and the culture pretty well, and to be able to sort of make that shift within the same organization was really something I was excited for.
Yeah, and what originally was your interest in cybersecurity? What made you think that might be the career path for you?
Yeah, so probably going back a while now, back even when I was in school, I always had a bit of an interest in computers, IT, that sort of thing, and went to an open day at one of the local unis, and they had a cybersecurity session, and they were talking about cybersecurity, and even back then how there was quite a demand for cyber roles. I think it's even grown more now. There's not enough roles, not enough people to fill the roles
that
there
sure
is nowadays. It's but yeah, even back then, and they were talking about cybersecurity, and it sort of sparked a bit of an interest then, and I did I did a bit of more of a traditional route of bachelor's of IT. They didn't really have too much sort of like specialized cybersecurity courses or degrees or majors back then. They probably do now because it's quite a popular field. But I sort of got that degree in IT as sort of a more traditional route, and then I guess I was just looking for IT related roles and sort of just had that cyber path in the back of my mind since then, really.
I think probably having the foundations in IT to begin with too would certainly help you with your cybersecurity role.
I think it was definitely helpful to have the experience on the help desk, talking to clients, understanding how all the systems work just internally for one, but also just talking to clients and sort of understanding how the clients work, with their environments and how they behave as well, like their behaviors towards certain things, like, maybe, they've gotten a weird email or something like that. And you start to pick those things up in those sort of entry-level roles. And I think that's been quite helpful. But also just staying within Mercury IT, obviously, I now know our clients as opposed to, coming in from somewhere else. So even more beneficial, I think. So
and also they have that trust there with you as well, sort of. They know your name, they know who you are, so the client to be feeling a bit more trusting on the advice that you're giving.
Yeah, so maybe they've lost me for helping them with their day-to-day issues, but now they've gained me.
That's right.
Helping them with their cyber stuff. So yeah.
And I'm sure, obviously, Chris has been quite the regular on the podcast. I always say he's almost like my co-host. I'm sure that you've learned a lot along the way, working as part of his team.
Yeah, definitely. Chris has been a good mentor, especially when I first started. He's obviously, you've heard him speak, and he's been on the podcast. He's very, very knowledgeable, and not only that, he knows how to sort of translate those more technical things into a bit more of an easier to understand language. So when he's speaking to, people in the organization or clients, obviously,
or me,
especially when I first started, it was very helpful for me to, understand, certain concepts or, questions I might have had. So yeah, definitely been helpful working with Chris.
Yeah,
sure.
That's why I love having him on the podcast too, because he can explain it, and even though he obviously probably scares everyone a lot,
well,
he does it in such a nice manner.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily his fault either. Like cybersecurity can tend to sound a bit doom and gloomy because it's often associated with sometimes negative things like a breach, or you've lost your information, data, or even just personally, I'm sure everyone's had some experience with someone maybe getting their social media password or something.
Yes.
Something like that, or being locked out of an account, and it can be quite scary if you don't know what's happening. So yeah, having someone like Chris or to sort of explain things and methodically and in a clear way, or even myself now, I guess, and as our team grows, as we sort of start to help clients, through sort of harder situations, we can sort of help them to be, hopefully it's a little less doom and gloomy.
And more being prepared.
Yes, definitely. So,
for sure.
That's good.
So Trent, as one of the cybersecurity analysts at Mercury IT, can you tell me a little bit more about a typical day, or what you generally do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, it's a tricky one to answer because we do wear many hats, and every day can be sort of different, which makes things exciting. It can be simple things like onboarding new clients and or talking to the team about the latest phishing emails that we've seen, or some sneaky new scam. Those can be interesting. Also doing a lot of learning about what kind of attacks are currently out there in the wild. We got to kind of stay ahead of the game.
I mean, that's a full-time job in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be, it sort of depends on the day. So, we can be talking to clients about, something that they might not have been sure of in their that's floated through into their inbox, or, some cybersecurity training, making sure everyone's understanding how important things are. It's sort of just conveying the message of cybersecurity in general is a big task in itself.
Oh, for sure. And what people might not realize is that even though we are an IT and cybersecurity company, we actually do our own training for our own stuff, don't we? I love getting those phishing emails.
Oh, yes. No, obviously, it's not. We got to sort of walk the walk, So we also have internal training, and everyone is well familiar with that. Definitely, yeah.
Yes, I feel like they always come at those moments when you might just have your guard down, maybe a Monday morning or Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Those are the two trickiest times. Yeah, they can be very sneaky.
They definitely can be. I have to definitely look twice.
Yeah, which is why when you see one in the wild, it can be really interesting, especially when it is something that you haven't seen before, and you see, wow, it can be impressive sometimes.
Yes.
You don't.
They're getting better and better, aren't they?
You don't want to credit these people, but it can be quite very convincing.
Yes.
Which is obviously why we have the training, and we go through those sort of practice ones.
Yeah, and probably with the AI progressing so much too, that's aiding not only us mere mortals, but also the cyber criminals as well.
Definitely, yeah. It used to be just you could spot it a mile away, with the grammatical errors, or where it was the weird email address that was coming from. But I think most people are well aware everyone's received one now. So yes, very important, and yeah.
Trent, for someone looking to get into cybersecurity, what do you feel are your probably the best skills? It doesn't have to be technical; it can be non-technical. Just skills that you think have helped you along the way?
Yeah, I think it doesn't even necessarily need to be technical. I started on the help desk, but cybersecurity wise, I sort of built those skills as I went. I think more a desire and a eagerness to learn is probably not so much a skill, but more of a mindset that you probably need to have if you're looking at cybersecurity, just because it moves so fast. And
it does seem to, doesn't it?
Yeah, we need to sort of stay ahead of the game, really. So I think, when we're always trying to, stay on top of the new thing that's happening. So definitely an eagerness to learn would be one.
And how do you generally stay on top of what's happening? Like, do you do extra training or certifications or that sort of thing to try and keep?
Yeah, I think similar to the approach to defending with cybersecurity, there's probably not just one approach that will cover everything. So we'll do certifications. There's a lot of good, depending on what your organization's working with, but obviously Cisco, Microsoft, two big ones. There's so many certifications now, so you can sort of go down a big rabbit hole there. Also, probably just there's a lot of just free material out there too. So even just cybersecurity podcasts, that kind of stuff. Conferences, we sort of have some team members attending conferences throughout the year as well, just to sort of stay on top of things. And also, if you haven't done so already, I wouldn't throw out sort of formal education completely, like getting a degree or a master's or something like that. It can be tricky though if you've not got the experience. If you're looking to sort of get into cybersecurity and you're only relying on like a degree or something like that, it can be really excellent theoretical knowledge, but the experience is really key. So I would say broaden your range. Look into the certifications as well, but also get into the get your skills developing firsthand. Get
some work experience, or do your degree and work experience at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's how I got my first marketing job, was just some voluntary work experience.
I mean, I went down the degree route, but I think eventually, ultimately, it was that role in the help desk that sort of got me introduced to the world, and it started building those skills that helped me move into that cybersecurity area.
Definitely.
And
probably gave you the foot in the door too.
Yeah,
being
absolutely.
At Mercury and sort of seeing firsthand the cybersecurity team and
what they deal with, being able to chat with them and that kind of stuff. So I think, and even while you're in that entry level role on the help desk or whatever it may be, you can also learn part-time. A lot of organizations will really be happy if they'll help you with these, to get these certifications. So
they want you to stay on top, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a few different ways that you could do that. Yeah.
And what do you find the most challenging thing about the role?
Oh, the most challenging thing I think about cybersecurity in general is it's definitely getting better, but convincing people how important it is and how they're actually, everyone is part of the cybersecurity team. So it is a constant, not so much a battle, but perhaps
just educating, isn't it?
Yeah, just sort of getting our point across, I guess, that everyone's part of the team. You don't
want to be the weakest link.
That's right. So it is everyone's job at the end of the day. So everyone's part of the cybersecurity team, I would say. So
it is a tricky thing to for people to wrap their heads around, though, isn't it? And that's why we host like the cybersecurity events and, you know, the true cost of a cyber attack, because it really is showing like a true case study of, you know, how they can get in and just how easy it is. And I think, as I've said many times on this podcast, people think, oh, it won't happen to me, I'm too small, but that's not necessarily the case. And
yeah, that's right.
We're forever trying to get that message out there.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be an endless something that we'll be doing for a long time, I think. And yeah, you don't really think about it until something happens. So, you know, getting that message across before something happens is ideal. So you can be prepared, I guess. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes ignorance isn't bliss.
No, unfortunately not in this circumstance.
No, that's for sure. And are there any particular areas now that you're obviously well and truly in the cybersecurity space that interest you? Like, are you interested in, you know, the more of the AI cybersecurity space, or is there something in particular that you're thinking that you might like to learn more about?
I think, AI is obviously a big one. I've heard Chris talk about it a fair bit, but also just as sort of a semi-related piece of that, probably the automation side of things of security. Because being able to look into that, even internally, that sort of frees us up to, it's not necessarily replacing us, it's sort of freeing us up to look at the more sort of value adding things for our clients, you know, that we can sort of bolster them even further. So I think that, I mean, just generally that all of that stuff will be very exciting coming into the future. And scary.
yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's and that's another thing to try and, you know, wrap your head around and keep on top of.
I mean, a lot of people can portray it as a bit of a doom and gloom topic, but I like to take a bit of a positive approach to it. So
yeah, that's it, exactly. And is there anything else you'd like to share about your role in cybersecurity, or any advice you'd give to anyone that's sort of considering it as a career choice?
Yeah, I'd say if you're interested in it, definitely give it a go. As I mentioned, I touched on before, it's not all doom and gloom. You know, there's a lot of great aspects of it. You're not just an isolated team member. You know, you're often working with different teams and clients and stuff like that. So, if you're interested, definitely give it a go. Make sure you're have that mindset of prepared to be, you know, learning a lot and ongoing learning. Definitely don't just rely on one thing. If you're trying to break into the industry, just definitely try and get your foot in the door somewhere, get that foundational skills built up, and ideally with an organization who may have a cybersecurity team who you can you know start to talk to and maybe pick their brains a bit while you're learning, it's a great path to get into, I think.
Yeah, excellent. Well, thanks so much for coming on the episode, and I mean, it's great to get another take on cybersecurity. As I said, Chris has been quite the regular, but it's nice to have a different face on and, you know, a different perspective. So thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks very much.